Good afternoon, BookTube, YouTube. This is Johnny. It is going on 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in West Michigan. I'm in my main study. I'm going to put away my diary that I wrote. Well, what I did is I wrote it in my live journal, Crooked Fingers, because I listed a bunch of used books I bought this morning, and I don't like making 2 lists, one in longhand. So what I do is I print out my diary entry in journal space, not journals, but live journal, and then I put holes in it so I can put it in my folder. And I already wrote this morning in my paper diary before I left to go to do errands. I was on page, oh, it's getting blurry. I don't know why it's blurry. I was on page 726. So these 2 pages will be 727 and then 728. And then I can put these into my August folder, which I've shown you. This is for August. You can see August. And then I put them in there. So yeah, this morning I left the house around 10 o'clock because I wanted to visit thrift stores north side Holland. We live in south side Holland. North side's just, you know, it's 5-10 minutes. And I wanted to visit Bluestocking Book Shop, which I haven't been there in a while. And then I wanted to visit Northside Salvation Army. And then there's a thrift store called the Owl's Nest. And there's a Northside Goodwill. And I wanted to go to the Staples office supply store because it is back to school sales. And that's when I store up or on folders for my diaries. I got a bunch of them. My wife bought me a bunch of them the other day. So now I got at least 2 years worth of diaries folders. So, and then I also picked up at Staples some pens, but some paper. You always got to have paper if you're a diary writer. I have to have paper. It's just one of my obsessions is paper. And then I also, since I've been going down the lower level and sleeping at night, and before I go to bed, I write in a composition notebook, which is kind of radical for me because I've always been writing just in my paper diary, but now I've been writing, and I don't really like my composition notebook downstairs. It goes all the way back to May because I don't write every single night, but these were going for 90 cents a piece or 50 cents a piece. So I bought a couple of them because it takes me, I don't know, 3 or 4 months to get through one of these. I just like have extra ones. And then I also bought a calendar for 2023 because they sell out, and I like having a 2023 because those are what I use in my diaries. When I start one every month, I put a calendar, and like it says here, Josiah and Hannah and the girls arrive here tomorrow night. Well, early Monday morning, not Monday, Saturday morning. And so I got a calendar for 2023. So I did go to Bluestocking Book Shop, and I thought I'd show you those used books. I found Iris Unveiled. This is by H.P. Blavatsky. This is a very famous esoteric metaphysical kind of book. It's really called Iris Unveiled, a master key to the mysteries of ancient and modern science and theology. H.P. Blavatsky, corresponding secretary of the Theosophical Society. And this was published first in, I don't know, this is a 1988 edition. But I picked up this because I just read about it. I was reading that Colin Wilson I showed you, The History of the Occult. And I have another book of hers downstairs. I have a biography of her. And I've known about her since I was in high school. And so I picked these up at Bluestockings for $10, $5 a volume. So then I picked up there at Bluestockings. What else did I pick up? Oh, I picked up this book at Bluestockings, The Tower of London, 1,000 Years by Derek Wilson. I have a biography by Derek Wilson that he wrote on Charlemagne in my biography downstairs. And then I bought this New York Review book at Bluestockings, The Old Man and Me by Elaine Dundy. I have her novel, The Dud Avocado by her in the New York Review books. And I picked this one up. And then they had this for 50 cents. This is a novel by Norman Rush. I have his two other novels, Mating, and then he wrote a novel that I picked up recently, Mortals. And this is his novel, Subtle Bodies. So now I have 3 novels by Norman Rush. He is, I think, a British writer. No, he lives in Rockland County, New York. There's a picture of him. Yeah, I've been reading him for a number of years. And then after Bluestockings, I went to the Owl's Nest, which is a thrift store, and I only found one used book. It was this one, Whose Muse, Art Museums and the Public Trust, edited by James Cuno. This, it's about, basically it's about Whose Muse, Art Museums and the Public Trust brings together 6 directors of leading American and British art museums who offer forward-looking alternatives to such prevailing views. With their approaches differ, certain themes occur. As museums have become increasingly complex and costly to manage and government support has waned, the temptation is too great to follow policies driven not by my mission but by the market. And it just goes on. I don't know, it just looked interesting. It was only 90 cents. Then I went to Salvation Army and found this novel by Salvatore Scibona, The End. I have another novel of his downstairs that I'm not sure if I kept it, and it's not listed here, but I have another novel of his downstairs. And then I picked up Rudolf Steiner, Scientist of the Invisible, a biography by A.P. Shepard. And then I picked up a novel by Jeanette Winterson, Gut Symmetries. I collect her writings, and I didn't have this one in my Winterson collection. And then I picked up a book by Nicholas Baker, which I didn't have. I collect his writings. And I picked this one up at the Salvation Army. Get the tag off. The Magazine by Nicholas Baker. It's a novel. Very postmodernist, modernist. And then I picked up Havana, Subtropical, Delirium by Mark Kurlansky. I have a number of his books, 4 or 5. I have his book Cod, his book on salt. I have his book on... He's written all kinds of books. But yeah, I have his book 1968, The Year That Rocked the World. I have his book Nonviolence, History of a Dangerous Idea. He's written all kinds of books. So I found his book on Havana. And then I found Salvation Army. I collect the novels of Susan Howitch. This is her 2-volume novel, The Wheel of Fortune. I saw it on Amazon. It's over 1,000 pages if you get it in a 1-volume edition. So yeah, these are at least 1,000 pages. I started collecting her last year, and if I see her works, I buy them. So that's what I did. I left the house. I was gone 2 hours. And yeah, so I just thought I'd show you these used books I got this morning, show you my diary supplies. And this morning I just read the Reformation commentary on 2 Corinthians. I did find some used books yesterday at Action House, their store down the street, and I'll show those in a future video. I just want to stop by and spend 3 or 4 days, make a video. And yeah, I don't know what I'll be reading this afternoon. I found a book on Gandhi yesterday that I read yesterday, and I finished that book, that novel by Paulo Fox, Desperate Characters. I finished that. And I'm still reading Colin Wilson on his book on The Outsider. I'm still reading that. And still reading short stories. Just reading here and there. I guess I'm a mood reader. So I just want to stop by, show you these books. Susan Howitch, Jeanette Winterson, Rudolph Snyder, Scientist of the Invisible, a novel by Salvatore Scibona, I can't pronounce his name, winner of the 2009 New York Public Library Long Lions Fiction Award. This was a National Book Award finalist. The End. Books on art museums, a novel by Norman Rush, Subtle Bodies, a novel, The Old Man and Me by Elaine Dundy. History of the Tower of London in London, England, and a very famous esoteric occult kind of book, Iris Unveiled by Helen, I think her first name was Helen, but Blavatsky. Yeah, I read her when I was in high school, and I've always been kind of fascinated with her. I have other books about her, on her life. Got the book Havana by Mark Kurlansky, and another novel by Nicholas Baker, The Manzaline. Got supplies for my diary. I'm all set. I got paper, I got folders, I got pens, I got notebooks, composition books. I'm ready. So I hope you're having a good week. Today's a Thursday. I'm not sure when I'll make a video again. It's going to get kind of busy next week because our son Josiah and his wife Hannah and our granddaughters Marika and Lydia will be here until next Friday. And then tomorrow I have the Book Nook. And yeah. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the comments. And until next time, bye.